morning, and Larry, and thank you to all the members of the Civic Federation for allowing me to speak today. The Cook County Treasurer's Office is responsible for the collection of real estate property taxes. I have served government for 20 years, and I have people continually call me, stop me on the street, write to me, and email me with one very simple question: why are my property taxes going up? After years of hearing the question, I went to the County Board of Commissioners and asked it to implement an ordinance requiring all 553 primary governmental agencies in Cook County to upload two things to the website. Number one, what is their yearly budget? And number two, what was their debt? Or more simply put, what is their credit card total? We initially reviewed the information in 2010, and I went back to the board and asked all 553 agencies to add 2 more columns to their information. Number one, add pension liability, or how much do we owe retirees? And 2, unfunded pension liability, or how much money don't we have to pay retirees? The results are in. Combined total amount owing for both city and suburbs in the County of Cook is $108 billion. That translates on average to $63,000 per city household and $32,000 per suburban household. Of the $108 billion of total debt, $25 billion is not available to pay retirees, commonly referred to as unfunded pension liability. I've provided a chart for you which explains these figures. If you live in Chicago, you're responsible for the Chicago debt and the County of Cook debt. If you live in the suburbs, a homeowner is responsible for the suburban debt and the county debt. If you live in the suburbs, a homeowner is responsible for the suburban and county debt. So, the first chart, the city, and I have 3 columns. It's annual debt, pension liability, unfunded pension liability. So first, let's begin with the city of Chicago. The annual debt, $35 billion, pension liability, $27 billion, unfunded pension liability, $16 billion. The County of Cook, annual debt, $8 billion, pension liability, $13 billion, unfunded, $4 billion. Suburban debt, $13 billion, pension liability, $8 billion, unfunded pension liability, $3 billion, unfunded totaling approximately $25 billion, total annual pension debt for both city and suburbs, $108 billion. To further explain this to each homeowner, I came up with another chart. Most people don't realize that on their fall tax bill, there's many as 14 agencies on the left-hand side of the bill that homeowners owe money to. So I grouped them together and get sort of an idea here of how many different agencies there are within the county. There are 119 municipalities totaling $61 billion in debt, 160 school districts totaling $20 billion, 2 county agencies totaling $18 billion, 13 sanitary districts totaling $4 billion, 88 park districts totaling $3 billion, 30 fire districts totaling $302 million, 29 townships totaling $277 million, 49 library districts totaling $226 million, and 8 special districts at $154 million, grand total $108 billion. Each one of these agencies has been demanding more of its taxpayers. we analyzed the top 50 residential tax amounts in each municipality from 1996 to 2009 and saw that residential properties have gone up on average between 1996 and 2009 by 121% in Cook County. A few weeks ago, I reached the ripe age of 62. My family, friends, and I talk about what lies ahead in the future, financially for us and our children. Many people say, I'm leaving the house to the kids, but I don't know if they're going to be able to afford the taxes on it. Others say, I'm worried that my pension plan won't give me the money I was promised. I've been working for 30 years, and I don't know if there'll be any money left in it. In the folder that I have provided to you, everything is listed with a green light, a yellow light, or a red light. Green light means the pension fund is 80% funded. Yellow light means that it is between 80 and 50% funded. And red light means that it's under 50% funded. This applies to pension data only. The Pew Center and Government Accountability Office says a pension fund should have at least 80% funding to be considered healthy. The fact is that 75% of the governments in Cook County are underfunded. If I were the Surgeon General, I would say that 75% of our governments are morbidly obese. To correct the problem, each government must look at separately by its citizens and elected officials, because there are countless solutions on the table at both federal and state levels. What I have attempted to do here is something completely different. For the first time nationally, we are looking not at the federal deficit and not at the state deficit, but local governmental entities. Financial experts, reporters, politicians, bankers, CPAs, and academicians have offered countless solutions. It would be foolish to attempt to identify one of them. I don't have a panacea, as I don't think that there's one cure for the debt problem. I certainly don't think that there's one cure for obesity either. Agencies instead need to look at their own internal operations from top down and identify ways to save money. So where do we go from here? First, I need to go back to the County Commissioners. The $108 billion debt could actually be worse. So, we need to get 3 more pieces of information added to CookCountyTreasurer.com, where all this information is available. 1, what was the rate of return that everyone based their numbers on? Do they expect 5% return, 3% return, 8% return? We need to know what the rate of return was. Number 2, we believe that nearly 1/3 of the agencies have not uploaded their health care costs. That is commonly referred to as other post-employment benefits. People in the industry will recognize that as OPEB. So we are going to ask them in a separate column to identify what the health costs are for the retirees. And thirdly, 55 agencies have not complied. 55 agencies of the 553 in the county have not complied, and we are going to do what we can to get them to comply. I would call on all local governments nationwide to do the same thing. This is not just about federal and state governments. Homeowners need to understand the ramifications of what happens when they sign off on a bond deal. This will require educating them. I would encourage the state legislature to require all brokers, all real estate brokers, to disclose to prospective homeowners the credit card debt for any home before purchasing the property. Finally, as this study continues to unfold, we will supply all the information on countytreasurer.com. I will continue working on downsizing my office. 80% of the costs of government are personnel-related expenses. So the ultimate question is, how do we reduce headcount? In conclusion, I'm providing for your analysis in this folder 4 charts. The first groups all of the agencies alphabetically, so wherever it is that you live, you're going to be able to go through and find it. The second groups agency pension funds from green light through red light, best to worst. The third group totals the debt of agencies from highest amount owing to lowest amount owing. And the fourth chart is a list of all 55 non-compliant agencies. So, in conclusion, thank you, Lou Collins. I hope I have to do it well. Thank you to Larry and the Civic Federation. And I'm going to ask you and hope that this is sort of a takeoff on the earlier Civic Federation report regarding debt and pensions. 2 questions to assist in answering them. How will the children, my children, pay the taxes on the home that I'm leaving them? And number 2, will there be any money left in my pension fund to pay me when I retire? Thank you very much. This was a very difficult, cumbersome amount of information to try and distill. So